students, in this video we are going to study about the third part of microorganisms. The part which we are going to cover in this video is the disease causing microorganisms or the harmful microbes. Now we will be discussing about the harmful microbes. Those microbes which cause diseases are called pathogens. Now, what is a disease? Disease is basically an abnormal condition that negatively affects the structure and the function of an organism. Disease basically deteriorates your health and it will deteriorate the functioning of the different body parts or the organ depending upon the type of disease. Example of the diseases are malaria, whooping cough, AIDS, typhoid and tuberculosis. There are two types of diseases. The first one is communicable disease. The diseases which can spread from infected person to a healthy person is called the communicable disease. For example, if a person is infected with any disease, okay, let's say cold. If this person sneezes, then what will happen? The droplets will fall from his mouth and the nose. These droplets will travel through air and it will reach the uninfected person. When this uninfected person will take in these droplets, then he or she will also be affected. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? कम्युनिकेशन से जो डिजीज़ है वो ट्रांसफ़र हो रहा है एक इन्फेक्टेड पर्सन से एक हेल्दी पर्सन में. नाउ द मीन्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, किसके थ्रू ये डिजीज़ कम्युनिकेट होता है? इट कैन बी कम्युनिकेटेड थ्रू एयर, वाटर, फूड और द फिजिकल कॉन्टैक्ट. ओके, सो दीज डिजीजेज आर कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज. फर्स्ट इज cholera. Cholera is caused by the intake of infected food or water. Next, malaria. Malaria is caused by a carrier which is a mosquito, which you will see in this video. Next is chicken pox. Common cold. Common cold is also transmitted from one infected person through air or infected food and water or direct physical contact. Next is tuberculosis. And the last one is diarrhea. Diarrhea is also caused by the infected food and water. So all these diseases are transmitted from one person to another. Hence they are called communicable diseases. The next one is non-communicable diseases. These are the diseases which cannot be directly transmitted from one person to another. There is no direct transmission. For example, if a person is affected by cancer, then that person cannot infect the other person directly. The other such diseases are chronic lung disease, diabetes, heart disease and stroke. All these diseases are non-communicable because they cannot be transmitted through touch, through infection in air, water or food. The main root cause of transmission of these non-communicable diseases are physical inactivity or the intake of alcohol or tobacco or unhealthy diet. Now we will study about the spread of communicable diseases. The first one is through breathing of air. If any infected person sneezes, then these droplets will travel through the air to an uninfected person. The second one is by taking infected food and water. If we consume infected food or water, then it will lead to the spread of communicable disease. The third one is through the insect bites. For example, malaria, dengue, all these diseases are caused by the bite of the mosquito containing these diseases. The next is by sharing the infected needles. If the needles are infected, if the needles are containing the infected blood, then they can cause the disease. For example, AIDS. AIDS is a disease which is mostly caused by infected needles. These infected needles contain the blood of the infected person. If we inject the uninfected person with the same needle, then it will lead to the transmission of that disease to that person. The fifth one is through the physical contact with the infected person. If we have a physical contact with any infected person, then it will lead to the transmission of the disease. Now, we will discuss about the carriers of disease causing microorganisms. Carriers are the insects or other animals which transmits disease causing microorganisms to humans without self-suffering from them. For example, houseflies. Houseflies sit on the garbage and all the harmful things in the garbage stick to their feet. As you can see in this picture, this is a dustbin. Housefly will sit in this dustbin and then all the harmful substances will stick to the feet of the houseflies. Then these houseflies will go and sit on the healthy food and they will transmit these harmful substances to the healthy food. Hence, they are the carriers of the diseases. They carry the disease. Housefly will carry the disease from the garbage to the healthy food. This food will be consumed by a healthy person and he or she will get infected with the disease. The next one is transmission of disease by a mosquito. Mosquito also act in a similar way. Mosquito will bite an infected person. Suppose one person is suffering from malaria. As you can see in this picture, that mosquito sitting on this infected person will take the blood of the infected person. अब इस infected person के blood के अंदर malaria is present. Now this malaria is caused by a protozoa which is Plasmodium. This Plasmodium will be present in the blood of the infected person. When the mosquito will take the blood, that mosquito's blood will also contain Plasmodium. Now, this infected mosquito will carry this Plasmodium and will go and sit on a healthy person. ये healthy person के पास जाएगा and it will start to suck the blood of the healthy person. जब ये blood suck करेगा healthy person का, तो some of the infected blood will fall from the mosquito's mouth to the infected person. तो वो वाला जो blood है, infected blood है, वो mosquito के mouth के through अनइन्फेक्टेड पर्सन में चला जाएगा. जब वो उसके ब्लड में जाएगा तो what will happen? This plasmodium will multiply and divide inside the blood of the healthy person and it will infect that particular healthy person, and after 4 to 7 days this will grow till 14 days, and after that period, most commonly it is 4 to 7 days, after this period that healthy person will started showing symptoms of malaria and hence it will be affected by the malarial protozoa and become infected person. So mosquito is a carrier of the disease. Carrier क्यों बोला? क्योंकि ये disease को carry कर रहा है एक infected person से to a healthy person. Carrier means to carry. So they are carrying these diseases from one person to another and hence they are the communicable diseases. Different microbes cause different diseases in plants as well as in humans. Let's see the examples. For example, tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a bacterial disease which is transmitted through the air. Measles. It is a virus disease which is transmitted through the air. Chickenpox and polio is also a viral disease and they are also transmitted through the air, water or physical contact. So, in this case, what we should do? What precautions we should take? We should completely isolate ourselves as well as we should get vaccinated at the proper age. Next is cholera and typhoid. These are also the bacterial diseases. They are caused by the infected food and water. So in this case that we should always cover the food and water. We should always eat fresh food. We should cook the food properly as well as boil the drinking water and should take care of the hygiene and adopt good sanitary habits. The next one is hepatitis B. It is also a viral disease and it is caused by infected water, by drinking infected water. So, we should boil the water before drinking. Next one is malaria. As I told you before that malaria is a protozoan disease which is caused by plasmodium. It is transmitted through the mosquito. So mosquito is a carrier. Just remember this students, mosquito is just a carrier whereas protozoa is a infected agent. जो infection cause कर रहा है वो protozoa है, जो protozoa को carry कर रहा है it is mosquito. So we should use net and repellents or the insecticides to kill the mosquito. Now, like humans, plants also causes many diseases. The diseases such as citrus cancer is caused by the bacteria. Rust of wheat, it is caused in the wheat. गेहूं जिसे कहते हैं, it is a fungal disease. ये जितने भी seeds होते हैं wheat के उन सब के ऊपर it is caused by the moisture. अगर उन सब के ऊपर moisture आ जाता है तो they will all be infected by the fungus. The next is yellow vein mosaic of bhindi or okra. The scientific name of bhindi is okra. It is a viral disease which is transmitted through the insects on the plant and it will damage the plants. Now we will be discussing about the prevention of diseases. We should follow certain steps in order to protect ourselves from the diseases as it is said that prevention is better than cure. The first one is that we should always cover the food which we eat to protect them from the flies, because flies will carry the harmful diseases and will sit on the food and that food will get infected. The second one is that we should get vaccinated at proper time. We should avoid any physical contact with the infected person. We should maintain a distance from the infected person to protect ourselves. Next is we should protect ourselves from the mosquito bite. How we can do this? We can use net or mosquito repellent creams. We can spray pesticides and insecticides to kill the mosquitoes from our surroundings. Next is we should not leave the garbage here and there, because the uncovered garbage will attract the mosquitoes as well as the house flies, and it will lead to the disease transmission. So in this video, I have discussed about the harmful microbes. In our next video, we will be discussing about the food preservation techniques as well as the nitrogen cycle. Thank you so much.